Let me tell you what styling is.
Well, all right. You thought the episode was done, but it is not. You guys are either listening to this on the end of episode 178 or patreon.com/people talking. Haven't decided yet where I'm gonna put this, but maybe you guys will get the first one free. Listen, I'm an Insecure fan. For all the people that think I'm an Insecure hater, no, I'm an Insecure fan, and I ain't gonna lie, man. You know, I got emotional. So Insecure is back. Episode 1 of season 5. The final season is here right now, and I figured I would do a breakdown each and every week for these episodes, for these final episodes. You know, something special. And I'm a little tipsy right now. To be very clear, 2 glasses of wine is all it takes for me. You know, ladies, please do not take advantage. It's just me. Hayes has been gone for quite some time now. I waited to actually watch the episode that came in at 10 o'clock, that's crazy. For the final season, that should be changed. You know, that should not be a thing. It should be at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, maybe 10 o'clock that's a stretch. But please, guys, welcome back me, Monty Styles. Take your side, but look, man, it's when you're just by yourself, man, you got to talk to yourself in the third person. Here's what it is. But listen, guys, I am here for season 5, episode 1 recap of Insecure. Oh, my timing is impeccable. I'm getting really good at this, guys. You guys have no idea. You may love me or hate me, but I've made some strides. So I currently am rewatching in mute, mind you. I've seen the episode already, but I'm rewatching season 5, episode 1 on mute while we're recording this, just so I could gather my thoughts. Remember, it probably won't take more than what this episode is. 25 minutes, probably where I'll be. This episode a little bit longer, actually. I ain't gonna lie. So I'll start from just if anybody watched Insecure, they know the last season episode, season 4, it was a doozy. There was a lot going on. You had, forgive me if I say different names, but you had Tiffany going through her postpartum. Is that the word? I don't know. She had a baby, and she was, damn, I can't think of the word. Drinking, guys. Anyway, Tiffany was going through her stuff, depression, all that stuff. Issa is, doing her block party job stuff, but she also is getting back with Lawrence and on their good graces. And then Lawrence drops a bomb and says, "Hey, got a baby condola. So, what you want to do?" And Molly. We killed Molly last year, man. Molly, I mean, she deservedly so. She was killable, but Molly, Issa got their beef, So, and at the end of season 4, they meet up and talk. For what we see them as a talk, they cut away and play Tyler the Creator, but so we don't really know what's gonna happen. I mean, but I will tell you, it's emotional, bro. It's emotional. Not even because of the episode. The episode itself a little emotional to me, but not even because of the episode, just because this is the last season of characters that I think we've all grown attached to, in the black community. I mean, and I'm sure some in the white community. I know a lot of white people watch the show as well, but and other races. They ain't just black and white, but it's near and dear to us, man. The Lawrences, the Daniels, the Issas, the Mollys, the Tiffany's, the Kellys, the Derricks. They're part of us now. So it's hard to watch. I was excited. I was super excited. I got this DVR'd, but I still watched it, as it aired with everybody else. I'm rewatching it now. So basically, the premise of this first episode is they're going to their 10-year reunion from college. I didn't know they all went to Stanford or maybe I'm sure they talked about that. Maybe I just, it was a detail I glanced over. But they're all at Stanford. Kelly, Tiffany, Derek, Molly, Issa, and they're having their time. As anybody, I mean, I'm 33 years old. Anybody knows? You walk around campus, you reminisce. You're like, oh wow, that's still here. Wow, that's crazy. So and so, I used to do this over here. It's just a nice little time to reminisce. Unfortunately for Kelly, they killed her. They which I appreciate that direction. That's like a super different angle to take, but it's realistic. It's like we don't got hold of you, we don't got touch with you. Might have heard some things. Whoever's in charge of the committee, they may have missed some steps and missed some details. So they end up killing Kelly, and figuratively, guys, not, well, I guess literally, but in the yearbook, whatever, like it says, in memoriam, rest in peace, and all that stuff. And so you could tell from the beginning that this episode is gonna deal with some Kelly drama as mental as much. I mean, she's not really the main character of the show whatsoever. She brings the light, she brings the comedy, she brings the humor to the episode, to the show, but you could tell that this is like, okay, something's going on here. And I mean, and you can kind of tell what it is. Like, for the most part, you just think she's a joke. Is kind of messing with her that people are saying, and in memory of Kelly, and reading the quotes, and it messes with your mental and with your brain a little bit. It's like, man, this is all people remember me for, and like, this is my death. Like, at first I think she played with it a little bit and said like, oh, this is cool, maybe I could restart my own, I could restart a whole different identity, I'll be French and all that stuff and blah blah blah. But it gets to her, and I think Tiffany actually sees that a little bit too. I mean, it's good that we see, first of all, oh, this is the part I loved right here, when she started playing the flute. When you start playing the flute and doing the whole, crisscross the legs like that was fire. This was a decent episode, man. So just I'm maybe over the place, man. You guys should watch it if you haven't watched it. I'm just gonna tell you my thoughts. This is first off. I ain't really sit with this yet. I'm still gonna listen to the Insecurity podcast after this. So gang. But shout out to Kelly. She was going through her stuff. Molly is going there. Sorry, Issa's going there as a panelist. So because she has her block party, whatever, she made something of herself technically. So they want to have people that actually talk on the podiums and at the panels. Of like, oh, let's get some kind of enlightenment to the youth and enlightenment to the underclassmen. But and Molly's there. We didn't get a real, like, it's all after the fact, it's not really like fresh off of season 4, the last episode. It's kind of like, okay, some time has gone between, because you see Tiffany is fine again, and Molly and Issa, they're talking, not talking, but like, and I like that Molly kind of like went to Kelly for some advice, like, hey, I know you and Tiffany had your stuff. How does this work? Like, does it just end, or like, can we? How do we make this work? I want to move forward, and it just feels weird and awkward. And Kelly was like, Kelly does give good advice. Let's be real. Silly as she is, she gives great advice, and she was basically like, yo, it's gonna take some time. It's gonna take some time. You might have to bear through some bad jokes and laugh and show all your teeth, but it's gonna take some time. It's gonna take a minute. So, and Molly's like, all right, cool. Molly has become very, what's the word? This is her redemption song right now. And she has some nice qualities right now about her. Like, some redeeming qualities. Like, she's not that bad right now. Like, I enjoy this Molly. She's trying to be forgiving and trying to move on. Her and Asian Bay is totally done, as clear as ever. I'm actually looking at the scene right now where she's talking to some old college Bay, and maybe rekindling that. I know. Listen, dating is trash. That's in my current life, but that's also, that's just facts. And I could feel Molly when she just talking to old college, be like, should I even swing into this or not? Like, I'm entertaining it, but I don't really know. And but anyway, they of course they discover their old friends and stuff like that. There's one in particular who's over here dancing, hooting and hollering. The gang they had a time, and she becomes like a what do you call? She becomes like an addition to this episode for the most part. So I'm trying to think where I am now. Right now I'm watching the scene where they're saying Kelly had the meanest stinky leg, like giving her, memoriam. Like I don't know how you feel about being dead, like, or people thinking you dead. Like it's a funny thing to show on TV. But it does make you think, like, what do you want people to remember you for? What do you want people to think of you? And what do they take away with your time here? So it's interesting. So, and even this scene right now, I'm watching. Issa has she always gonna have some mirror back and forth with her mirror self. Her mirror self this time is the freshman college. I'm assuming freshman because she got these braces on. The freshman college Issa. In the mirror, and she's the future Issa, and they're going back and forth like, oh man, you still cool with Molly, and it's a whole lot of it's weird. It's weird. I mean, I think you had to ask yourself, like, what would I went to college in 06, the bottom of 06, 07. It's 2021. Shit, that hurts me every time I think about it. 2007 me, I don't even know. I don't think we would recognize each other to a degree, especially as far as clothes for sure. But things have changed. But anywho, Molly, Issa, they're going back and forth. Issa finally gets her time to get on the panel, and she, insecure black girl is in full effect at this point, and it's no surprise that she's a little nervous and a little, timid on stage with all these other people that seem to have their life together. Shout out to Diallo, his cameo, that was great. But it's Issa, so she's gonna tell you, I think I'm doing okay. I'm not sure. I could be wasting my whole fucking time. Who knows? I mean, she did get a little too real, but it was real. Like, it was very honest. It's like, in your 30s. 30s is a weird time. We think we're supposed to have it together, but who really has it together? Like, it's not a lot of us. I'm sorry to say, but and even when we think we have it together, there's like, there's a curveball. I ain't gonna get to me right now, but yeah, I'm watching the panel scene right now, and she was just talking, and it's weird talking to people that you don't even think that you're that much older than. First of all, but to give some kind of advice, and she's like, I don't even know what I'm doing. And shout out to Diallo again, like I said, he's like, hey Issa, how did you get started with the blow CC? And it's like, actually, it's that's my fault for messing up the logo. Spoiler alert, guys, if you didn't know this by now. It's like, it's my fault for messing up the logo. It's actually the block, BLOCC. She keeps forgetting what the two C's stand for, because she this is all new. She did the block party recently. Like, this is all new. She's found her new niche, and which is beautiful. Becoming your own boss, that's great to see on TV. I don't think we would see that much, But anyway, they do all that. Clearly she's down on herself. Molly sees it. It's written all over her face. Tiffany and Kelly is still on their thing. Like, hey girl, you trying to go to this party? You want to roll? And she's like, nah, I think I'm gonna chill right now, and I'm gonna talk to hey Issa, you want to go, talk and over some drinks, and they do that, and it's kind of weird. It's cute for a minute, and it's kind of weird. It's like, it's really this back and forth, because Molly was doing the right thing and saying, hey, let me fall back, let me be with Issa, that's my best friend, let's talk, let's get you together. I love that Issa had the double-handed. She had one beer in one hand and one beer in the other, and it was rocking, and Molly had her own. But they sat down, and once they started sitting down, Molly got to her own shit. I don't know how I felt about that. She got into her own stuff, but she also did lose a boyfriend. Let me not, dismiss that. But the biggest, and I could tell on Molly on Issa's face, like she was a little annoyed. Like, girl, me and you is bigger than what you got. Like, me and you are the priority right now. We need to be talking about us. And I felt that. And I think Molly figured out what she was talking a little too much, whatever. She kind of clicked back on. Like, Molly's trying to get on the right track. Like, she really has to do a 180 because we hated Molly all of season 4, basically. So she has to do a whole 180. But she, she's on her game, and she sees Issa still going through it, and they talking, and Issa gets a text, and from, I don't even know who it was from. I'm assuming it was Kelly or Tiffany, one of them. And she's like, hey, so and so, there's another party going on, blah blah. And Issa's like, yo, F it, I'ma roll. And Molly's rolling with her because she's just trying to build this chemistry back, which is hard. Shout out to Hayes. Sometimes when you have some time apart, it is hard to get everything clicking on all cylinders, but eventually you do get there. And I love the AKA sweatshirt that Tiffany had. Like, of course she's an AK. It's not even like a question. Like, she's the epitome of what an AKA is or what they represent. But in the pink and green, look at that girl. She is fine. Shout out to Man Seals. I'm watching this in real time, guys. So they end up, getting, it's a girls' night. Derek is still around. He just doing his own thing. Oh, Derek, apparently he carved his name. He carved him and Tiffany's name in a tree. So he's been on the hunt for that. Like, I think that's just like a hangover excuse to be like, hey, you're not gonna be in this scene. Let's put you on a mission. And basically, he's on that mission, and then all the girls get together, and they go to they get ready. They go on this party on the road. It's Molly, it's Issa in the back with their friend that he just met, or not that, or their college friend that they reconnected with. So it's them three in the back. It's Kelly and Tiffany's driving, and Kelly's still going through it. She's like, "Damn, man, like this is really what y'all think of me? Like, it's all jokes." And apparently the new girl, I'll just call it a new girl, the one that we haven't seen before, she's like, ain't shit changed, bitch. Ain't shit changed, bitch. Bitch. Like, that is her catchphrase, clearly, in this whole episode. But they like, all right, we gotta pull over, we gotta get some alcohol, let's go to the liquor store. They pull over. I guess Tiffany and Kelly just said we gonna sit in the car because they got things to talk about. They still have issues themselves. This is real friend stuff. This is real friend spiel. You have your ups and downs, your back and forth. But if that's your friend, you take the time to work on it. Take a sip of this wine. So basically, Tiffany, Kelly in the car, Molly, other girl, and Issa out going to the liquor store. And they go to the liquor store. I don't know if they got in the liquor store. I have to remind myself that. Let me see what happened when that scene comes up. But basically, they kikiing, laughing, all that stuff, whatever. And then, dude, I could tell from a mile away, dude was no good. Dude rolled up all black. He might as well have black Air Force Ones, hoodie on. I'm like, okay, about to be some trouble. And he's just like, hey, what y'all got over there? And they like, oh no, they just oblivious to what the hell's going on. And then he pulls a gun out like, oh wow. And the new girl started being all extra like, oh my god, please don't shoot me. Like, he's like, shut the fuck up. And then then he says her name, and they're like, bitch. And she's like, oh nigga. So basically, she was there to set these motherfuckers up. And I'm sorry for cursing, but she was there to set these people up, Molly and Issa, talking about run that, hey, Molly, those some cute shoes, run them shoes, because now she knows, like, she's been found out, so she just switch sides, do with the gun, and her just, like, sticking up these girls, basically, like, hey, run me them shoes, them cute. Issa said, like, you want these shoes too? She's like, girl, you good, it's okay, keep those shoes. Because he said to be going. Listen, he should be getting shitted on every chance you get. But they take everything, So then she got robbed. Ain't shit changed, bitch. Ain't shit changed, bitch ass bitch. And that was the highlight of the show. It was like, oh man, because it was emotional, man. For a minute, it was really emotional. It was like, damn, this is really like the music was slapping, but it was sad slap. It was like, man. It's really the last season. Like, man, like I for sure need a spinoff. And I mean, at that point, I actually was missing Lawrence. I'm like, I didn't see Lawrence in this episode so far, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on with them. But they got robbed. They get back in the car. Kelly's like, yo, where's the alcohol? Tiffany's like, where's your shoes? And they're like, yo, we got robbed. And it's just funny the dynamic that you see between Issa and Molly versus Kelly and Tiffany. And Kelly and Tiffany are like, what? What do you mean you got robbed? Like, they're concerned, as they should, as genuine friends should be. And then, you just see Issa and Molly cracking up like, bitch, you was scared. Like, they having a good old time. They having a good old time. I'll try to reach. They having a good old time laughing. And, Kiki and I mean, Kelly and, Kelly knows what's going on. She's very omniscient to all this stuff. She's like, well, I guess everything is good. Like, y'all got robbed, but then that's wild. But I guess y'all cool. I'm actually watching the scene right now. They was singing "Dream," I think, on this one. It's funny because they find a good time to start talking in their dialogue as the real curse words come in. So I always think that's interesting how HBO handles that. But basically, that all wraps that up basically, and I'm trying to remember. I mean, we coming up on that scene soon, but I think they go on their merry way, and they don't go to the party clearly because I mean they got robbed. It's like, what the fuck is going on? Oh yeah, they end up at a diner or something like that. They meet some other people. Actually, they give Kelly a real damn obituary, a real damn farewell. As Kelly's there just to hear it because they wasn't really giving her flowers, on campus, but also. It also lets you remind yourself that your college don't care about you. You paid these bills, you paid this tuition, you got these books. They don't care about you. These fees, these room and board fees, like that's all they care about. They did not care about you. Did not remember you. I tried to get my email recently, and they was like, "Bro, you've been going way too long. You ain't got no damn email. You might as well not even exist." I had to get a whole alumni joint, but. I guess I did go in the liquor store for a quick second, but yeah, dude had the hoodie on. Like I knew what it was. Yeah, the girl was being way too extra. Like I think we all kind of knew what was up with that. But it actually I like that writing. It led you to believe like they all went back to the Bay, San Francisco. That's where everything is at. And she's like, I'm still here. I'm still rocking. And so it lets you know like I didn't go nowhere. So I'm in the same spot. I may be struggling. I need them shoes, Molly. And Molly got the shoes. And of course Molly's always styled to freak it down. Like, it was dope. I mean, it's so many little things that could have led you to this point. Like she was popping it crazy at the reunion. She snuck in there. She didn't even pay for the shit. She's like, y'all know ain't shit changed. I'm about to sneak over here. I ain't about to pay this money. So I mean, she was not about that life. She was about this thug life and robbing. Like, it's a good little come up. I ain't even mad at her. And I love that the cops weren't even involved in it. Like they let it go. They let all that shit go. I mean, girl, you should cancel your credit cards. I mean, your whole wallet was gone. But anyway, so they go to the diner. Do the little thing for Kelly. Kelly's all, is very grateful and, back to her silly self. And, they pass some old college friends again and like, hey, so-and-so looking for you, talking to Molly. So-and-so looking for you, trying to holler. Like, what's up? I'm just passing the word. And I like that Molly looked to Issa for some advice like, hey, do you think this is a good idea? And Issa, I love that Issa's always real. She's like, hey, girl, you was never tripping on him before. Relax. Is, take your time. And but this scene, that whole robbery scene is what brought them back together. Basically, like, yo, we could still be the friends that we want to be to each other. It may take some time, but the stuff like this lets you know that we still there. That is just like second language. So yeah, after the diner, all that stuff, we finally get to Lawrence, because I mean now the trip is done. Issa's back on her way. Lawrence picks her up. Thought that was a good sign. Well, okay, Lauren's picking you up. Okay. And they drive. I mean, it seemed like an awkward drive. It was very quiet. I mean, clearly this baby is still in the abyss, and people don't know what's going on. And they, take a very awkward drive home. Lawrence asked a, clear question like, "Hey, did you think about what you want to do?" And Issa was like, "Hey, this may be too much for me. I think this may be." Like they didn't really say the words because it's so emotional. They so attached. Like coming from somebody that broke up with somebody, like it is hard to get the words. And even when you know what they're saying, it's hard to fit. Like, I mean, Lawrence clearly knows what she's saying without even saying it. Like, I put the subtitles on. They didn't even know the words they were saying. So, it was just interesting to watch. And we don't know what's going to happen. There's like a lot more season left. There are 9 more episodes. 30 minutes apiece, possibly longer for the last episode, as Issa explained on Breakfast Club. But it's sad, man. It's I'm happy that it's back. I'm excited to watch it every Sunday. I will be here recapping it for you guys. Most likely the rest of it is going on Patreon. I haven't decided yet. We'll see. We'll see what the response is for this. This is gonna be the tail end of episode 178. And yeah, I think that's all I have. I love Derek. Just keep it, I'll get in my girl bag right now. Like Insecure, it's really become a part of me. I enjoyed the scenery, I enjoyed the shots, I enjoy the music, I enjoy the director that they always have holding it down. I watched the wind down, and I'm consuming all this, man, because this is it. I will say before I leave, that HBO ain't shit. Let me gather my thoughts. The reason I say HBO ain't shit is because this is the last season of Insecure, a black show, black woman led show. Fire, got the community talking, got everybody. I got people at my job that talk about this that are not in my culture, that are not a part of my community, and they love it. They love Issa Rae, like anything she does, and this is clearly her baby. This is what you know her for the majority. Outside of Oka Black Girl, for some of us early beginners, you know her for this. So for this to be your final damn season, I'm expecting like HBO to be like, and maybe HBO just got other things to do, but I'm expecting HBO to be like, hey, we'll play a little mini marathon, play the last episode of season 4, like just to catch you up. And they ain't none of that shit. It was like 10 o'clock, Insecure. It got all other kind of stuff, whatever. Oh, clearly Kelly has a podcast of some sort. I'm watching another scene at the end, and it's called Kelly Prenti's Preguntas. Some Prenti's Preguntas, which is Spanish for questions. I'm pretty sure it's something like that. So, but I would expect it like some kind of, something. I would expect a couple episodes back just to like catch you up. Nope, they ain't give a shit. So I mean, I think Issa knows that. Issa's very smart with business. She knows what's up, and she was like, okay, all right, that's how y'all feel. Like she just gave us a little recap, which was a fire recap. It was dramatic as hell. I ain't gonna lie, but it was a great recap because people that don't watch Insecure or haven't watched in, has it been a year? Yeah, a year. Well, a little more than a year because it was summertime. So yeah, it's been a year and some change that we haven't seen Insecure or haven't seen these characters. So we need a little catch up, and I'm happy she did that for us. And yeah, the end of the episode goes with Issa and Lawrence on their separate ways, and we'll see what happens. Until episode 2, and I will be back. Your host, Monty Sal, the gay side of Lit, aka Monty Merlot. This is not Merlot, but it's very nice. I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys listening and tuning in. And I so appreciate the Patreon family. I need more of that. we need the support from everybody in every way possible. Patreon.com/people talking. Patreon.com/people talking. It's $5 for the minimal of subscription. It's $10 for the max. That's not that big of a difference. It's $5, $8, $10. The middle range is where you get the behind the scenes, and that's what you'll get right before we actually jump to the podcast most times, unless it's like too much for me to even air. I usually put that on Patreon. But subscribe to YouTube. Subscribe to Jam Hayes __ Jam Hayes. I mean, you find it. You know, it's a link in the bio. Subscribe to me. Subscribe to Popcorn Fairy. Like, this is the team that I trust to get this done, and keep me pushing. So we will be back. I will say I didn't spoil you because I don't want to shit on Hayes. He didn't finish it quite yet, and it's only been out for like a week or two. But I did finish you, and if he hears this part, spoiler alert, Love had to die, and I'm happy she did. She had to go. Well, seemingly so, because you know how TV shows are. Seemingly so, the house burned down. Or attempted to burn down. Not just flames. The house burned, oven, but we never saw her body. We saw her being paralyzed with that seemingly fatal, dose of whatever she was cooking up in the garden. But she had to go. Love had to go. Love was wilding. I will say, before I leave again, I will say that sex scene was fire. Fire! When they were doing that whole swingers party, I was kind of into it. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I mean, I know old girl from NCIS, Sherry. I know her from NCIS. So for her to take on this role was first of all fascinating, because it was a whole different role, whole different ball game, whole different persona, and she smoked it. And I didn't love her character, but I love that she was able to act this way. And when she got on top of, Joe, I was like, ooh, it was looking okay. It was looking like something. And she started making them noises. Like, okay, something's going on. But then, Love became a crazy self, as she normally is, and everything. She wrapped it up, said, hey, nah, this ain't going down. But she was stupid for being all loud and saying she killed, so-and-so, and try to see if they heard it, and they clearly did. It was I feel like the last episode was kind of just a rush job, but and that's all I really got to say about that. But I do need them to do something more for season, 4? I need them to do something more for season 4, because now it's starting to feel like Hangover, and we know how that went. Hangover was cool for 1 and 2, and it's like, okay, same story, same premise, what's going to happen. We know it's very predictable, and I want them to do a little something more. I do think they will do something more, because it seems like Joe has a half brother, at least from his mom his mom is taken care of, and just said F Joe. So I would like to know more about that and how that goes. I mean, that definitely plays some kind of, and if Love is not dead, that's also something new. So I just want to see a little bit more. Because it blows my mind that Joe gets away at all times. And this now, for real, before I really go, Tati, I don't even know her real name. I am sorry, but Marianne, the librarian on you, ma'am, are a fine specimen of woman. I adore everything you were part of in this episode, or this series, this season, rather. You are fine. And guys, I think that's all I have. I just wanted to be here for a quick 30 minutes. I'm at 36 right now. Probably a little less because I was camera and all that stuff. But guys, again, enjoy your Tuesday. Enjoy the week. Enjoy the fall, because we are here. You see the hoodie? I ain't even sweating, because it is now that time for the climate to drop, and I'll be very comfortable in my studio, attic, bedroom / whatever. You guys tune in to the peopletalkingpodcast.com, and I will get at you guys next time. Blah.